The thing is, you might have practices that are inappropriate for you. And so it's something you need to pay attention to. You can't play pretend like there's one universal system for doing everything and that you can be told it and that will fix you. That's wrong. That's always going to be wrong. And so it ends up being you kind of stealing from other people's ideas and making something for yourself. You learn how to do it. And of and one of the things is you will find that that you might be highly interested in building a schedule and maybe following a schedule, and you might build up a lot around that idea, and then it just becomes this big, overwhelming, tyrannical thing. So, for example, if I had you write down a list of all the things that you are interested in doing and getting done, stuff you want, all the obligations for today, oh, I need to clean my bathroom and I need to do the laundry, and you just build list after list after, and it just gets big, and it'll start saying things like, well, I should research the price of a new hard drive because I need that for the. And if you start adding explanations, it's really terrible. But that list, as soon as it starts looking further into possibilities, further into the future, that list becomes oppressive, like really deeply oppressive. So you end up needing to know how to push certain tasks away, including pushing the full description of certain tasks. Push them so far away that they're already remembered. So you can forget. So it's okay for you to not know anything but what's in front of you. So just like I was talking about the checklists in a previous show, you would have a to-do list that is constrained so that you can forget everything else. It's being remembered by your system. And so if you were to use something like a phone and you get a calendar app or something like that, and you fill it, you have to be really careful about not looking at the monthly view, for example. And you have to know, you have to do things like schedule in breaks if you get overwhelmed, rather than put off whole tasks, do a little bit of it, because doing a little bit of it is still a success. Even if you have to reschedule the full thing, like you it, you might be dumb enough to put a to do item like clean house, and that okay, well, you're not doing that in one day, especially if you've got other stuff to do. So you might have that terrible to-do item that says clean house, and then you look at that and go, okay, well, 15 minutes, I guess, and maybe you get burnt out, maybe you get distracted. Maybe you realize that there are more important things to do in life rather than just finishing cleaning your house, so you do other things. And that to-do item never gets the little check mark that makes you feel good. And you end up feeling like you're pushing it off. Well, that's really what needs to happen is it stays there. You get one little tick mark that says, I spent 1 unit of effort on this. Doesn't have to mean much. And then reschedule it for the day after. And you do a little bit more. So that one tick mark, you don't have to say that you did just the bathroom, right? You just put a tick mark in, and that's fine. And then tomorrow, maybe you add 1 or 2 more tick marks, and maybe that represented you vacuuming the hallways, and maybe you wipe some counters down or something. Your to-do list isn't your diary of accomplishments necessarily. There are ways of doing that, which, I've talked about on my own time, but I might go through in the show to talk about how to manage a journaling to-do system. But again, this is something that worked out for me that I recommend, but I don't know if it would work very well for other people. I think it wouldn't translate particularly well to a phone because so far I haven't found many apps on a phone that are any good at all. Like, this is an entirely different paradigm, and people are pretending like humans work differently. So everything you do on phones is just off by a lot. It's very, very odd.